everyone here, except for Sir, is a BBA student, right? Some of us are going to go on to have our own businesses that we might run, or we might manage a business for someone else. So in that point in future, you will encounter a problem of having your database breached or hacked into or stolen for malicious purposes. So how do we prevent that from happening? To understand what data breaches are and how to prevent that, we first need to understand what information systems are. Information systems are systems that manage and process data to support decision making and operations. And they are in jeopardy and vulnerable for a number of reasons, like client server weaknesses, interconnected devices, common threats like malware, denial of service attacks, hardware, software failures, and natural disasters. And mobile devices, since they're easy to target, to steal. Now, internet, the public networks like the internet, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi are very easily accessible, which also makes it easy for all the hackers out there to hack. And malware is one of the most common and dangerous threats the internet exposes information systems to. These are the types of malware that exist. Malware are basically malicious software programs that are a variety of threats such as viruses, worms, Trojan horse, adware, ransomware, spyware. According to IT experts, mobile devices now pose greater security risks than computer. Why is that? Because mobiles are basically far more cheaper than computers. So it is accessible to a larger audience, and that audience might not always be technologically literate. So it's easier for malware to live in that mobiles. Now moving on to cybercrimes. Computers, when it comes to cybercrimes, could either be the target or it could be the instrument that is used to help conduct the cybercrime, right? When it is the target, these other things that are basically happening: breaching the confidentiality of collected data, receiving, threatening users, and providing sensitive personal or financial information, using spyware to track keystrokes or steal credentials, versus when they are used as the instrument to help conduct the crime. Stealing trade secrets, unauthorized use or alterations of copyrighted protected intellectual property, and using emails, text from various social media platforms for harassment or threatening. Now, we have to understand that cyber crimes, when are not only impact individuals or organizations, it also has broader or greater implications like social security concerns. National security concerns, right? Like when a state sponsors cyber attacks targeting national infrastructures like power grids or financial systems. That is referred to as cyber warfare. And compared to cyber warfare, cyber terrorism is comparatively easier to conduct due to its global nature, because it is easier for the cyber criminals to operate. And countries like China, India, Brazil, and Russia are the leading sources of these cyber terrorism malware attacks. Now finally, moving on to my data breach. What is data breach, right? Data breach is basically accessing a certain database without the owner's explicit permission or authorization. When I say database breach, it might sound relatively simple, but its cost is infinitely high. According to IBM's annual data breach report, the average cost of data breach is $4.88 billion in 2023, which was an increase from last year's $4.45 million. And similar to data breach,
Next please.
Asha, I would like to pass on the floor to the next speaker, who's going to speak about internal threats.
Here, you have the